Samonga. Gosh. Anyway, hey peeps. Hoping you're well. Welcome to Say Samonga. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to the subscribers that have just come recently because of this series, and I hope you have learned a few things or many things. Thank you because we are still continuing with this topic of let's talk about relationships. I am super excited that you have been enjoying this series, and today I'm excited to welcome an old friend who will talk about our relationship with our parents, with our siblings, and how that is just affecting how we do life and how we are going through life. And I do not want to take all the credit. I want her to introduce herself.
Thank you. Yes, I'll introduce myself. Like you have heard, I am old.
Oh, you're not that old.
All right. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But my name is Nancy.
Yes.
Wanjiro Gashia.
Yes.
Gashi is my husband, not my father.
Your husband?
He's my husband.
Yes.
Of 24 years.
My goodness.
Told you I'm old.
Yes, that means I was still struggling. To be an adult, you are already married.
Not even to be an adult. Huh?
To exist.
Anyway, yes, to be getting of puberty, I think.
Yes.
And together we have 4 children.
Yeah.
So 2 emerging adults and a teenager and a baby who is in grade 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm well spread.
Yes.
I'm a counselor by profession.
Okay.
A psychological counselor.
Okay.
So I'm a psychologist. And I'm also a professional mediator, certified mediator, court accredited actually.
Oh,
so
right.
I practice at the judiciary.
Okay.
Where we get people to meet and find a solution for their own matters. And so
I want them to find the solutions outside of court.
Yes, what our judiciary does is that when they look at cases that have been filed in court, and they, after evaluating them, they just wonder if, suppose these people came together in a safe place.
Yeah.
And try to find a solution for their own case.
Yes.
It would be better than wasting the court's time and money coming to dig into each other.
Yes.
So mediation is a soft way, very soft way of people coming together to find a solution for their own matter. So we say it's finding a solution, a people-made solution. The parties come together and
to give and
sort,
take.
Yes, give and take. Let's sort this case. We don't need a lawyer. And that's what I do.
Wow.
So I think I qualify to talk about.
Oh, you do, because when you're not solving a conflict here at home, you're solving it out there.
Yes.
And you qualify more because land and property has everything to do with
and relationships.
And siblings and who got what.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So please let me appeal to people, if you may be having matters in court.
Yes.
You could try to ask them to refer you for mediation.
Okay.
It's cheaper for you.
Yeah.
And it's also easier. We look at the long term, because when all land is taken, when all that money you're fighting for is gone,
over. Yeah.
Relationships remain.
Yeah. Relationships
are key.
Yeah. That's please, if you need to seek her, I shall leave your details down there.
Yes.
Please. She'll tell me what I can leave down there in the comment section, on the description box, so that you can get in touch with her if you need those services. Yeah. So let's dig in. Let's start with this idea that when I leave home, I want to detach myself from home. I want to forget everything about home. I want to not go there until it's Christmas. I feel I'm no longer there. So over the December, you saw the picture that was going around on social media that people, you took 2 kgs of sugar, 2 kgs of unga, and you're coming back with a whole boot of things. Maize,
posho,
ndoma, ndizi, skuma, everything.
Which are so expensive.
Which are very expensive. And it seems like the relationship with our parents when we are far away is just being affected every day. Is it that there are people who come to Nairobi and they want to detach the whole thing? And the others, they feel they didn't do enough. So why should I do enough?
It's sad, because there is a place we will never leave. Yeah. And in Kikuyu, because I'm a Kikuyu, we say that nyoba, narika, sitiumago. You know, nyumba. Yes, it's a lifetime. Yeah. Because the family where you have been born. Yeah. Even if we did a DNA, we are able to trace. Yes. And especially when we talk about family relationships. Family is the first point of socialization when we come to the world.
Yes.
And when we begin life there as little babies, and we continue to grow and to see how we first interact with our own parents. If you're just a firstborn, our own siblings, you have the privilege of having other children in your home. Then neighbors, your little neighbors, when you're playing and sharing the toys. And go to school, we start being socialized in, in bits. And eventually we get to see the beauty of having relationships, not just at home, but also in school, and eventually with the world. And so home is critical. The way we relate with our parents, or the way children, especially the little ones, the way they relate with their parents, how I am disciplined, how I am corrected, how I am loved when I go wrong, how I am correct. I mean, all those little things contribute to the way we connect. And this connection is the one that eventually grows to a point that when I'm relating with my friends out there in school, I will allow them to correct me because I'm corrected at home. I will allow them to love me because at least I know how to be loved at home. I know the embrace. I've learned from
the warm
home.
hug.
I know the warm hug. I know the beating and the correction. So as we continue to go out in the world, we've already learned the right thing at home. But when we don't learn the right thing at home, I look forward to the day I will run away from this home.
The day I leave.
Yes, the day I leave. And I don't need to come back here because anyway, the house was not home enough.
I wasn't loved enough.
I was not loved enough. I was not corrected with love. I was always corrected with a lot of impunity. Such that, because human beings make mistakes. I make a little mistake and it's blown out of proportion. And I can't wait.
And I made the black sheep.
I made the black sheep at home. So the day I leave,
I don't need to come
I hate
back.
Christmas because I have to go.
Do I have to deal with them?
Let me just go.
Because I have to deal with
just to fulfill righteousness. At least nilienda nyumbani.
At least waliniona.
At least waliniona.
And they have seen I'm doing well. I guess for some people it's just a time to go show up. To go and show, I got it. I got the car, I got the clothes, I got the husband, I got my kids. I no longer need you.
True. Which is so sad because we are celebrities first at home. No matter how much we might be celebrated out there,
if you're not being
celebrated at home, and remember, home is where you can be you, and nobody judges you for being you. Because they know everything about you. They know how you look without your lipstick, how you look. So it's a place where we are supposed to be so vulnerable, yet we know that I am loved, I am accepted,
deeply loved. So
home is critical.
So this detachment could be happening because of a wound.
It happened. By then psychologically, we say that detachment. And on the other extreme of detachment, we find families that are so enmeshed. So enmeshed such that, I want to go and buy sugar and I will ask you which brand I should buy. And in our family, we don't take, this brand of sugar.
We take
in our family, such that this person stops being an independent thinker.
That we have to do it together.
We have to do it together. Which now becomes another problem
because it's on the extreme.
Because it's on the extreme. So a family members or people can either be very enmeshed, or they can be very detached. And the beauty of having healthy relationships, because I want to believe that's ultimately where we're going.
That's why we are heading.
Is about having this balance. You're not detached from your family, but you're able to stand independently because of the assurance that you got from your...
Then you can face the world.
You can face the world and know that I'm able to stand and make decisions. Decisions because I already got values from my home. I've already been empowered. I've been shown how to love.
How to embrace, how to be confident, how to deal with a struggle or a challenge.
So I'm able to detach and stand without being so enmeshed. And getting entangled with everything else and forgetting me. So having healthy relationships, is being able to be at the middle. Yes.
About favoritism, because it's the other thing that is affecting our relationship with our parents.
Favoritism.
If I was favored as a child, there's a way I perceive the world. Like when I come out in the world, I want to be favored because I've been favored at home. Or vis-a-vis, if I was the unfavored child, I was the black sheep, the one we are talking about, and nobody cared so much about me. When I come to the world, it's like I want to attack the world because I'm always defending myself at home, and that is affecting our relationship with our siblings. You are the loved one.
Yeah.
You're the golden boy. Yeah. You're the golden girl. So you do your thing, I do my thing.
That's the most unfortunate thing that would happen in a home.
Yes.
Because our children, no matter how old or how young they are, we have this sense of knowing that I am loved.
Yeah.
By the way, love is not always told. I can't remember, like when you were young, how often your mother told you you were loved.
Yeah.
But somehow you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel it because we are sensual.
Yes.
When God gave us the 5 senses, He wanted us to experience the world with all these 5 senses.
Yes.
There's a way I'll look at you and you go like,
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean. I don't have to verbalize it. And so it's really unfortunate when children know or siblings know that so and so is favored above me. And it will be like little things like usiguze hiyo nguo ni ya Njeri.
Yes.
That piece of ugali I left it for
so and so.
Yes. You cannot eat that much and
Dani has not
not
fully.
And yet you can see that the portion that your sibling has been given is much more. I mean, you can tell.
Yeah.
It's very, very sad. It's very unfortunate.
Yes.
But as you say, it's something that happens in our homes.
Yeah.
Where because you are more receptive to correction, then I'm like, hey, let me give her more love.
Yeah.
Forgetting that even this one you're calling the black sheep, or this child who is very strong-willed.
Yes.
Actually, that would be the right word to use. Because we know that there are children who are very obedient and very receptive of correction.
Yes.
And we know that there are others who will not obey without a fight. They'll not bring that cup.
Until a threat is issued.
Until a threat is issued. But remember, they're your children.
Yeah.
So those things, favoritism begins at home. And as you say, when this child is favored at home, they believe that the whole world should.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, they'll be shocked because
the whole world doesn't even care.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, I came from a home where, I mean, we were all equal. I'm not any less a child like you. So I expect you to treat me with the same degree of respect and love that I give you. So if this person comes to me expecting favor and I'm not able to give it to them,
then there's a conflict.
Then there is a serious conflict. And other than the conflict outside, even this person is in a conflict inside because they are like, at home I'm celebrated.
Yes.
At home I'm the best.
Yeah.
Everybody treats me like an egg.
Yeah.
And I come out here and
people don't even notice me.
Yes, they don't notice me. And this person gets lost, totally lost. And they get into behaviors of self-destruction because they are trying to do things to make you, to seek their attention, to seek that
to be
favor,
seen.
to be seen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's a hunger. They are trying to fulfill a hunger that was meant to be taken care of
at home.
And
what about this one who was then favored?
The one who wasn't favored. Remember, what is this thing that you're calling favor? Because that's the other thing, the other question we need to ask ourselves. Yes. The person who is saying that I was not favored, what is it exactly that the parent did where they felt that I was not favored? Is it something that the parents didn't do? Is it maybe
is it the lack of thereof?
Yes, or is it, what exactly? Because like I said at the beginning, it can go either sides. There's a child who may be neglected and rejected right from childhood. And so this child grows, at the edge always. They have to really do something for their parent or the caregiver to fully embrace them or to fully celebrate accept them.
And to feel that they belong.
So this person might kill themselves, always trying. Also,
so they are harder on themselves.
Yes, they are hard on themselves because they had to work very hard back home.
Yeah.
So even out here, they believe that for me to be fully accepted, to be fully loved, I must kill myself. And until I get that commendation from that person, that that significant person, then I don't think I have done enough. So both the one who was favored and the one who was neglected, they end up in the same pit, because they are trying to prove something. Either you love me, and this one, let me do more.
And being the unfavored one, and how that is playing out even at the workplace, like you expect to be loved because you are the favored one. Then when you are not the favored one, you overstretch yourself. You're trying to accommodate.
Like we said earlier, home is the first place where we are socialized. To know how to work with other people. Right from the way we interact with our siblings, the way we interact with our neighbors, the way we interact with children in school. And so that circle of interaction continues to grow even as we go into the workplace. So what happens when a child has been denied some kind of love at home? Or maybe at home there is favoritism. Which actually could be perception. How this one child sees themselves being treated in relation to the other person, and a parent not being able to balance that these are two different people with different needs. Then this person who has been denied at home, or who has some kind of rejection, will try to overwork to outdo the race. Actually, it's not even overworking, it's about outdoing. How can I do it better than the other person, so that I can be the one shining, not the other person, to try and fill the void of what they lacked at home. And on the other hand, we have one who has been favored at home, and like I've said, being favored or being not being
the
favored.
golden boy.
It's about perception. So the one who has been favored at home, maybe being given everything they want or being treated in a special way over the others, will come to the workplace, and if they are not given that kind of special treatment, again they'll start wondering, is there something wrong with me or these people? So you might find some people leaving their places of work because they would say, I'm not being appreciated, I'm not being acknowledged, because they were used to
someone.
Everybody at home, everybody at home
is giving that very thing.
So, like I told you, it's a continuum. There is the disengagement and there is the enmeshment. And for one to be functional, they must meet. It must be at the middle. So this person needs to know, how do I work, knowing that first I'm here because I went through the interview process and I got the job. I'm competent for this job. And I will do my thing. So even when I do my thing and nobody realizes whether I get a commendation for something or not, I am doing my thing, what I'm supposed to do. Then that way we gain balance, and we are not waiting to...
You're not on either extreme.
Yes, on either extreme. You're not waiting for that applause for you to know that you did it very well. You already know this is my thing, and I do it very well.
You're not looking for validation. How is the personalities playing out on this one? The fact that one is too loud, another child is too quiet, another one is like the black sheep. Yani, the one you have to tell them, go for that cup, and you have to issue a threat.
Yes. Personality is a gift of God, because it's God's wiring of every human being. And you may have noticed that even when you're 10 children in a home, each child is so different, differently unique and enabled, the way they interact with the environment, and the environment here being how they interact with their friends, how they engage with life. There are some people who will love nature, there are others who will just being alone, others who will enjoy talking, others who will. And this is just a gift. And when we start looking at it as God's gift, not just to this family, not just to this family, but even to the whole world, we'll appreciate the beauty that every child brings into this home. It's like having a bouquet of flowers with yellow, red, purple. I mean, it becomes more beautiful. Even look at the fabric you're wearing on your head.
Yes.
If it was just one
color, if it was black.
color, yes. But the beauty of each color is standing out and making the whole thing look so beautiful. And that's how God meant personalities to be. Even at the household level, how the parent or the caregiver will interact with the loud child, and how the parent also will interact with the quiet child, or the obedient child who does everything you tell them, and the other one who puts up a fight every time they are told to do something. That's now where the challenge of parenting comes in, because remember, you're preparing this child for the world. So if you ignore the quiet one, because they are peacemakers, you imagine they are peacemakers, so
or they are okay. Yeah, they are okay too, because they never say anything. They are okay. Yeah.
I mean, then you're doing a disservice to this child.
Yeah.
They must be trained at home.
Yes.
How? Because they'll go out there and they'll meet the loud ones.
Yeah.
Who will not be their siblings. So let's help our children at home to appreciate the differences in personality and the beauty that each and every person brings into this world.
Okay, all right, that is nice. And I want us to talk about how do I take care of my aging parents? How do I take care of them? How do I send them money? It's just causing a lot of mess. Huyu ndiye anafaa kutuma hii, wengine others go even to the extent of splitting the bills. You pay the water, you pay the electricity, you pay the medicine. You know, like, it's causing war on the end for parents who are asking, and it's causing war on the siblings on who gives what amount.
Yeah, I love something I saw, and maybe you saw it circulating on WhatsApp, how a parent will take care of 8 children. But the 8 children can't take care
Imagine,
of this one parent. Yeah. Which is sad. Well, there are 2 ways that I would look at it. On one side, if these children were able to engage right from when they are young to see how their parents talk about money issues, how their parents discuss issues to do with running this household, not just about money, the resources, because resources are always limited.
Yes.
How do we engage these resources to meet our needs and to ensure that we are all taken care of? Like, I remember us when we were growing up, and our parents, you know, when they are sharing the money, is that your headmistress is good. Enda umwambie tutaleta. Na huyu
ni mbaya.
Huyu ni mbaya, mpelekee hii na umwambie mwisho wa mwezi tarehe moja. Na sikufukuze I mean, you would see the effort that my parent is trying to emphasize this one. But this one they know, and so the discussion, I would know that by the time I'm getting to school, I'll get direct to the headmistress and really explain because I have seen the reality on the ground. But we find that if that discussion, or if children have not been taught to talk about these things right from home, then even as they grow, and remember the disengagement that we talked about from the very beginning, because we were not, we were not taught how to deal with conflict. Is when you're having a conflict, you walk away. So even I'm waiting for a time when I'll leave home and run and go and start my own and be alone. So when you're calling me with a bill here, I mean, I don't know how much money you're hiding, because we never talked about. Yeah, so it all goes back to how did we deal with our issues, with issues relating to resources, the money, the food, whatever. You know, where you say, wako kanyama nikakuota, but everybody must eat. If we didn't discuss that, even now when the big issues come and we need resources to take care of, to put together, it becomes a challenge. We didn't learn how to share the little. Now you have a lot. And yet sometimes there is one person who is even able to take care of the whole bill. But
it's not.
I play my cards under the table. I cannot pay the whole of it. And so even covering the one who may not have, because for sure, we are blessed. We are blessed differently. So the one with little money, with their 1,000, and the one with a lot of money who is able to give 100,000, they try to put themselves on the same scale. They'll miss it. Because if we start giving putting in the same pool the same amount, and yet you're enabled different, I'm enabled different, we will miss it. But if we come into this, facing this task, knowing that these are our parents, they need our help now, what can you contribute? What can you contribute? Because I may not be able to contribute money, but I'm able to avail myself to
for even the presence.
The Ministry of Presence. To be there to now coordinate this money or these resources.
Or even take the parent to hospital.
Take the parent to hospital, or even cut the cost of employing a caregiver.
Because
because you can be one. And all these are resources that this family is bringing together to take care of the parent. On the other side of the coin, we have parents who take advantage of their children. There are children who have been enabled financially to take care of their lazy children. Or children who have not been enabled financially. And they try to...
Could it be the favored ones as well?
It could be. Because you feel, hey, huyu saisa akona mingi, wacha nione vile nitazitoa as I... So Saisa sent some money. Maybe the parent asked for a few thousands, and Saisa decided to top it up. And she topped it up and thought that now that I've even topped up, it will be some time before I give some more. I give some more. But before long again, more money is needed, and so Saisa starts feeling used. And again, that brings a rift on how this family is interacting. Because relationships are built over time where I know that this mutual relationship is not a relationship where you're taking advantage of me. It's a relationship where you're taking care of me and I'm taking care of you. And the relationship is not based on whether you have or you don't. Because siblings or families is not about you have or I don't have. It's not about you give or you don't give. It's just how is it that we can enjoy you being in my life and those invaluable things that you bring in my life. And continue making this life beautiful.
Because we are in it together.
Because we are in it together. So whether you have or you don't have, it becomes nothing. Whether when you're coming home, you come with a big car.
But then, that is the showdown during Christmas. Who's gonna show up with the biggest car, with the biggest clothes? Who brings more? And they tend to look
bigger
like
shopping,
and they tend to look like they are more loved. And so we are missing the invaluable things that don't have money involved. Because even me coming and being there is something. You know? Because
families are meant to be pillars. Pillars where when the world out there is not, realizing how valuable you are, it's this family that does. So whether you have or you don't have, actually that's secondary. It's not tertiary. Because from the very beginning when we were growing up, you didn't have, I didn't have. And we were siblings. And we built a bond that was beyond you having or not having. So when I come with my huge shopping, we will put it here and eat and enjoy and be grateful that God has enabled you to bring it, to be able to bring it and to allow us to share. Because if I come to your house and you have nothing, we will still enjoy the bond, because it's not just food. And the bond that we created, we didn't create it because we had something. We created it because we were siblings, because we were brought up together. And I want to ask, because you haven't spoken to your brother or to your sister over a year or more, and it's just causing drift. Where do you start? First, that is such a poor, it's such a poor life, because siblings are people, the way when God puts us in family, a sibling is just somebody you would call for no reason. You just laugh. Remember something your mother used to do and just laugh together. And just laughing together makes life a bit beautiful. Or even because in the course of life we go through a lot of things. A sibling, you call them and tell them, I got nothing, and like, hata mimi sina, but I can send you a 20 bob. And just that makes your day. Makes your day and makes it beautiful. So if there is anybody who is watching this and and they're in a space where they have even blocked them. They have blocked their sibling. Maybe because of financial reasons. Siblings are pillars. Not just financial pillars. But even emotional support. Because remember it's in these families. The original family when we are very young, where we even learn how to regulate our emotions.
Yeah.
How to, to do self-care.
Yeah.
Like mekosana na sibling,
Yeah.
you just get into your room and keep quiet and
Yeah.
just cry, then realize, oh, these are my siblings. Then a little child, you'll still see they'll still play with the same sibling.
Yeah.
They realize that, yes, they forget.
Yeah.
Because they realize that fighting with my sibling doesn't mean that we are enemies.
Yeah.
We just disagreed kidogo.
Yeah.
But after that, life goes on. And eventually they learn, how do we resolve our conflicts? Even how do we learn to share that toy? How do I learn to respect your things? Yeah. So conflicts among siblings are not meant to block us from each other.
Yeah.
They are meant just to teach us.
It's not meant to kill our relationship.
Exactly.
We are just don't agree. We are not agreeing right now.
Oh yeah. And conflicts are beautiful. I don't know why. As we grow up, we look at conflict like enemies.
Yeah.
Because it's in conflict where we learn how to do things different.
Yeah.
We learn new solutions to those problems, And we even get to encounter each other differently.
Yeah.
So ultimately we realize that, whether there's a conflict or not,
we are siblings.
Yeah. Or we are neighbors.
Yeah.
If they are neighbors who are fighting, or we are colleagues.
Yeah.
So, and there's something bigger than this conflict.
And this conflict will end at some point.
Oh yes, nothing lasts forever.
At some point.
I mean, even just think about our country. Right now we are talking of a handshake.
Yeah.
Before the handshake,
there was a conflict.
Now
we no longer have a conflict.
Yeah, and we have a country.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah, so we have to look at the bigger picture. I want you to speak to someone who their relationship with God has been marred by the fact that the relationship with the parents or the way God was introduced to them changed their view. There's someone who says, I can't even pray our Father who art in heaven. Because like, how do I? It just can't relate.
Of my relationship with my earthly father.
Yeah, someone else.
Then I'm calling him to a father that I don't see.
Yeah, exactly. And then someone else is saying, you know what? How can we be praying the same God to the same God with with my parents? They have wounded me this much. We can't be even in the same religion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really sad thing because, like I've kept saying, that family is the first place where we are socialized, not just with our other siblings and with our neighbors, with the world, but also it's where we get to know our spiritual roots.
Yeah.
It's where we get to know how to pray. When we start going to church as little babies, when there is when the figure of God is marred by the relationship I've had with my parent. Maybe the parent has abused me as a young child, or we saw favoritism. It's good to remember, because remember this time when I'm feeling like my parents and the God that I want to relate with, there is a disconnect, then it means that there's something in me that is longing to know this God and to know what's the difference between this God and your parents. One, your parents are not God.
Yeah.
They are human beings just like you. And human beings, we are prone to sin. And some of the sins that we do is like what we are talking about, rejecting our children, maybe because one child is not as obedient as the other, or showing favoritism to a child who is doing very well in school. And that is on its own is sinful. Can you imagine if God dealt with us in such a mean way? You've not brought your tithe, so I'll deal with you.
Yes.
I mean, that is not God. So I would talk to that person and tell them, just connect with God. Cry out to God and just express that frustration that you're having of really not being able to relate anything in this world with this unseen God. And God himself will reveal himself to you, because your parents, they were meant to give you the real picture. But even that real picture becomes clearer as we continue to know God on our own. So engage with the word, engage with God himself. And as God reveals it to you, then you can submit to your parents that, you know what, God would desires that we interact in a better way. That you as parents are to love your children. Like the Bible says, a mother can never forget the child in their womb.
Yeah.
A mother can never harm their children. They'll ensure that they have eaten. They'll ensure that they're emotionally taken care of. But sometimes, because of the sinful nature, we show favoritism. We reject. We, hurt and harm our children. But now God is teaching me the new way. And ensure that we do not repeat the same cycle with our children. Because the danger also is where, because like I've said, we learn from where we have been brought up. And once we learn, part of how we do our own families is partly how we learned from our family of origin. And so when we come together, we must choose, what is it that I'll bring into this new family? Because this is a new unit that is beginning. What is it that I can borrow from my family of origin to add value to this one? What is it that I will drop? What is it that I will not repeat? So that we can break the poisonous cycle. And that one is where we are present and want to engage with the present life. So that if you are
and it's also accepting that I'm an adult now. I need to choose otherwise.
Yes, and we must take responsibility. Because most of the time I find people who want to use their past to destroy their present.
To clutch on it.
And you're clutching on things that destroyed you. You're bringing them to a point where now they will cause you to destroy your children. You're repeating the same cycle. I keep telling my children, break it. It may have happened, but it was not right. So you must do it right. Do it right.
And it's the willingness to do it right.
You must be willing to do the dirty work.
The
hard work. Of breaking a cycle that is not right. If your parents were fighting, you've seen us fight or talk to each other in a rude way. Do it different.
Choose otherwise.
Because if it hurt you,
definitely
it has hurt you. Definitely it will hurt your children. So we must take responsibility. Whatever happened. It's part of the story. Don't deny it. It's part of your story. But choose that for me, I will do it different. I will take responsibility and realize that what I do today will echo tomorrow. It will continue echoing.
It will continue.
Yes.
Wow. So someone who is using, like saying, I have never seen my dad go to church, my mother didn't go to church, I wasn't taken to church, it's an excuse.
It's an excuse that, they'll continue clutching on it to make it look normal. But that's normalizing.
To justify.
And every time you find yourself trying to justify, it's because you don't want to really face the real issue. Because the world is still being evangelized. And people are hearing about Christ. So those people, what are they going to say? At least you have an idea there is church.
And someone didn't take you.
And some, yes.
At least you even know.
You know.
People are supposed to go to the church.
But there are some people, some, pockets of the world where people have not heard the gospel yet. And even if they had, there have not been people who have really emphasized this gospel. But they have an idea. So even you, even if you didn't see your parents, at least you know there is a God, there is church.
And that's the place to start.
And that's the place to start. Take responsibility. There is always a debut, as they say. There is always the first place to start. So and that's why you see there is, just start. There is always a new thing. Start the new thing. It may look strange at the beginning, but remember you're starting to model a new thing, even to your children.
That's true. That's true.
Anyone dealing with a conflict, maybe a conflict that has broken a relationship, maybe an important relationship, like a family relationship, a work relationship, a neighbor's relationship. Remember, we were all created for relationships, and no one can exist without relationship. Even what we are doing here is relationship.
Exactly.
The people on the other side of the camera, it's relationship. From the time you woke up and went to the bus stop or even got into your car, it's about relationship. Because relationships are critical. So if there's somebody there who has broken a relationship because of something happened, just rethink. Because 10 years from now, 5 or even 3, that conflict will have taken a back seat. But you'll find a way. You'll be wondering, was it really worth?
Was it really worth
having to not visit my parents for years or my sibling And you
to
realize
not even
it's
have
not-
had a conversation.
To not even have had a conversation.
That's the same thing that we are doing. We are even denying our parents a chance to see the grandchildren.
Yeah. Oh, and that is, remember tomorrow you'll be the grandparent.
Oh, so it's only now that
I mean, right now,
uh,
you may be the child refusing to go to your parents' place and refusing your children to interact with the grandparent.
Yeah.
But you're also aging.
Yeah.
As you watch your children grow,
Yes.
you're also growing.
Yes.
And you're modeling to their parents.
Yeah.
And you model by you loving your parents, going to visit your parents, taking your children, you're modeling. And these children will know when they grow up, I'll also be taking my children. I would see how Shosho gets excited when she sees us. My mother will also be excited to see my children. So as you deal with your conflict today, remember tomorrow is coming.
And you'll be on the other end.
You'll be on the other end.
It is just now you're on this end.
Yeah, so don't burn the bridges.
Yeah.
So as an adult, parting shot, ilikuwa parting shot.
Yes, parting shot, yes.
Do whatever you can do.
Yeah.
As much as possible, as the Bible tells us,
Yeah.
to be at peace.
Yeah.
That conflict, whether you're on the right, whether you're on the wrong, whether you are the wronged,
Yeah.
or you're the one who did the wrong thing.
Yeah.
How is it that you would take responsibility of that relationship?
Yeah.
How is it that you will die
Yeah.
to self
Yes.
justification and actually realize that, you know what, the relationship is bigger than what we are fighting for?
Yeah. Yeah. It's bigger than the
Choose
company.
your battles.
It's yeah.
It's bigger than that piece of land.
Yeah.
Because at a certain age, the big house, the big car that you're fighting for, the huge bank account, it becomes nothing.
Yeah. Without the essential part.
Without the essential part.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Nancy. I'll leave her details on the on the description box, so that if you really want to get in touch with her, you can get in touch with her.
Yes.
You can ask her a question,
Yes.
and she will be willing, and she has all the time to offer her service.
Yes, or we would even meet in a group somewhere and have the
Yes,
conversation.
we can even, if you don't want to meet
Just
alone,
interact,
yeah,
yes, yes.
or even mitigate. Probably
Alright.
if you can't speak to somebody and you feel you need a neutral person,
Yes.
she is the
Oh,
one.
yes.
And she's
Yes,
willing.
yeah.
Thank you so much. This is Samunga. Look forward to your comments, your questions, and your and your feedback concerning this episode. Till next time, it's bye.